Again. Are we live? I think so. Okay. I'm gonna give you the new link. Supposedly. That's the new supposed link. Does it work? I'll delete the other post. I don't need that one.
I'll look. Yep, it seems to be working.
Okay, well, while no one is gathering up, I will... What do I want to call this list? Ian tier list, future tier list? Future? Like, what do I want to call this? Future? I don't know what to call this, man. I'll probably like make a nice insert column to the right. A nice little area here for the new ones that are coming up. So let's see who is coming up.
All right, who is coming up?
Yeah, we should.
So the Angel Beats units are coming up by that time period.
So let's see if it's 4. We'll start with 4 months ahead, right? If it's 4 months ahead, actually,
yep.
we'll put in 6 months ahead right
sure.
there, and then we'll talk over it. So, if this is the banner coming out, let's just say we will do November. What is that? December, January, February, March, April, May. That's 6. January, December, January, February, March. I guess we just end at March then, huh? March, April. So we're starting end of March. So March is to here.
March was after the
we
Mua
are
banner,
looking
wasn't
at
it?
Oh, there is a slight delay for you, but looking at Chie. I wonder if I can stream at the same time from Discord for you, so you can see it like earlier.
I mean, I'm mostly going to be watching my game. I'm just listening for the most part, and then tapping out sometimes.
That's fine. Looks like it is the Chie banner, the Chie Fubuki
All right,
banner.
let's see. So scroll up from there, and we'll see what's added. Chie, Fubuki, sisters.
Looks like yeah, a good chunk. I started a little fast, but
Rockstar, Union, those 2 single banners, Christmas, Angel Beats, and Dark. Okay, that's everyone. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
And by the way, if you want
14,
to share the link, you're allowed to. But if you're embarrassed,
I don't have anyone to share it with right now.
Oh, you don't? You can just share it in the EN. I mean, not EN, but in Arcord. It's fine. Let's see. So we're looking at Inori and Maki. So I'm gonna grab them from the JP tier list real quick.
Alright.
Let's see. JP tier list. I put them as probably a debuffer, huh? Yeah, I did. So we got Maki.
I thought they were already on it. Are they not?
No, they're not on it because they're not here yet, right?
Makes sense.
We got Inori here. So that'll be the next following month here, right? These 2, not this month. The next ones we expect to show up, right? We have Waki and Bungo Christmas. Oh boy, these 2. Let's see. I grab Bungo, and then we need to grab Waki. Kind of weird grabbing her because she's like in the bottom down here. Feels bad. Though I don't think she's that bad on release.
Who, Waki?
Yeah, she might be.
No, Light needs that support. They have very little right now.
Then we have Tama. She gets a solo banner. Holy crap.
Yep. Solo banners aren't that good, unfortunately.
Tama. Dude, this Tama is strong though, but...
Good damage dealer.
Yeah.
Good support.
Oops, that was wrong.
She's probably just the best thunder damage dealer, because all the other ones suck for some reason.
I think she actually is.
Ichigo's one hit, Sumomo's one hit, and a breaker.
I actually think she is the best one.
Yep.
Like, no questions asked. What do we got? Then we have Seda, who's also
pretty
Seda
good
2,
for ice teams.
Pretty
Crit
strong.
rate, ice attack up.
Yeah, she is pretty strong, man. I'm losing myself on which tab I'm on. Jesus Christ, I need help. Okay, and then after Seda, looks like we are getting the long-awaited, not really long-awaited, but Yun and Maria.
Fantastic banner.
Should I even care about these S's? I don't even know what they give.
I think generally you ignore the S's.
I mean, there are a couple that are pretty good.
You don't ignore them because they're bad, you ignore them because you get them anyway through S-ticks.
I mean, I'm putting on notable S's, so, okay. I mean...
But the amount of notable S's decreases as the amount of notable SS's increases.
True. But you know who doesn't ever go away?
S-Union.
S-Union's one of them.
Yep.
Like, Aina doesn't go away for, like, a while, man. She's pretty good. What do we got?
Shiki's better than SS Shiki if you generalize. Just plain better.
Let's see, what was it? Maria.
Maria's quite good at release, because we're not in fast mode yet.
So, Maria is pretty good at release. I think her main issue, though, is she's kind of slow.
Bad skills, yeah. Good ultimate, good damage.
Good ultimate, good damage. But when she's
competing
trying to scale, she does get hit quite a lot. So I think at Limit Break 1, I think that's where she's kind of suffering, though. Limit Break 3, she is phenomenal.
Yep.
Maybe I should add a Limit Break 3 part list, but I really don't want to, because I feel
I don't think it's necessary.
I think that's fine for JP, but not for the global side. I think that's just really dumb to go over. So, anyways, after these fools, we got... Oh, that's the wrong tab. Oh, shit. We got Ruka and Yuki Suit. The Suit version. Really good styles, actually. Those are amazing styles. But sadly, they get released at a really bad timing.
Anything sandwiched between Yun and Mua is bad time.
It's so true. How bad would it be if I post the link somewhere? I wonder. I hope no one joins if that happens.
Well, no one joined VC yet. That's probably a good sign.
Oh yeah.
Or a bad sign.
I mean, it doesn't look like we're streaming, right? If they saw a stream, I think it's more likely that some people would join, right? Okay, right after that is your favorite, not your favorite, but our favorite, Angel Beats.
Angel Beats, yep.
The very feels bad Angel Beats. Because, well, they get sandwiched between Yun and Mua.
That's what the global players care about. That's what they want.
I know.
They want a full spark on the
Right?
Angel Beats banner and get LB1 on both of them.
I see that all the time. It's kind of nuts.
I mean, I did that on JB, so I can't really complain. But
You did. Oh.
yep. Well, we didn't have foresight at the time, and thought it was interesting. It's not like I regret it. I still use Kanade as my main DPS.
I'm gonna post it into our Cord just for fun.
Besides, I got Mua and Yotsune anyway, so it all worked out.
Should I just post the link into our Discord for fun?
Up to you. It's your stream.
I will do this. Okay. What else we got? I'm not gonna really post onto to the official. That sounds terrible idea. I would rather not. Okay, after. Oh wait, I forgot to grab the other one. The Mua. We got our favorite Oshima. Yotsu.
Yeah, pretty much.
Bro, anyone going around that banner kind of feels bad.
I still think that might be maybe the highest value banner of all time. Both the units are so good.
I mean, I also believe that, but at the same time, I haven't really looked at all the banners and then said,
Yeah.
yes, this is exactly how I see it, you know?
Yeah, it's just that every single banner that has 2 units always has one that's pretty good and one that's okay.
Yeah.
Admiral Aoi has Seika, and
Oh, you know what? I just
Ice
realized.
Hisame had Thunder Inori.
And I just realized I probably can't post it in the official because it would be considered promoting.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I can't do that.
Even though they literally promoted it themselves, but whatever.
Oh, you mean like my files?
I
Yeah,
thought
dude.
they did.
I mean, it didn't promote the stream. What do you mean? And then we got the Chie banner. Okay, you know what? I think we actually do have to go ahead because right after Chie banner is Adele and Megu and Aoi. And then right after that is fucking Fish. Oh my no,
Yeah, Fish is pretty good.
Oh.
I don't think I'm pulling for Fish. I don't think she's a
Oh, she's
must-pull.
not. She's not. I don't think she's required. I just think she's really good.
She's very good, yeah.
Because it makes. Because remember, before that is just her S version, right? And her S version is good, but like one of the best debuffers still. As long as you're not ice, not ice. I mean, as long as you're not fire, right? Because Fire Megu got you covered.
Yep.
So, huh? Do we want to go all the way to May? Because May would be 6 months, and that sounds like a good place to stop. Because after that, it's just Shadow and then the brides. Right?
Okay.
So I think we should probably stop at Aina. Might be a good idea.
Does that include all of the base SSs? Or is
No,
Ocarina still a ways off?
No, we still
Almost
got
all of them.
Akari. We still got
Vertica?
we still got wait, is Booty not here yet? No, isn't she up here? Am I? No, Booty is with Shadow in June.
Okay.
Oh,
I thought
so
they put her with
Akari
Maria for
is
some reason.
is Akari
That's her
alive?
SS2.
What? Let me check here real quick. I think Akari is last. Wait, she is.
Yeah, she is last.
Oh my god, dude.
Yeah, she was last to get her
is
first
last.
SS.
I didn't think she'd be last.
I mean, it worked out for her. She got 2 pretty good SS.
I think she got two pretty good SSs. They're not I mean like her first one's not phenomenal, but it is one of the stronger ones, right?
Yep,
So I think we should
it's-
still. I think regardless, I think I should make the thing go all the way to Fish. I don't see a world where we can't include the whole entire giant road of after Mua being. I mean, she is good on release, right? Like we're not. Don't get me wrong, but not the Adele, Megu, Broken Arm, Aoi, and Fish. That's like a giant block. I think it's worth putting that together and putting it in, or else it's not good to show perception. Because like if I only stop at what's it called at Chie, like that's kind of being not, was it genuine? Should I call it? So let's add all those into this, because that's gonna be really bad if we don't. So we're gonna add Chie and Fubuki on here. So Chie was gonna be added here. Chie. We got Fubuki. God, I still can't believe she doesn't have an element. And then we...
Soon. Almost.
Then we got Adele and Muddy. Oh my lord. That's also a good banner. Not as good as Mua and Yotsun, but
Yep.
it's still one of the crazy good ones, I personally think. Then we can add, who is next after that? It is Megu and Kura. Honestly, that during this time is when I started actually kind of rolling here and there. I started
Kura
rolling
too?
at Megu and Kura banner, and I actually luck sacked them pretty well, pretty good. So I am very happy about that. God, I am moving around like crazy trying to find these characters, because I don't want. It's just easier for me to do it this way. Utility, yep, she is utility. I mean, back then she wasn't utility, but we got Megu. What else we got? Then we have Aoi and Byakko, which I remember was an extremely popular banner.
For good reason.
I mean,
mostly for Aoi.
for Aoi, that's kind of, you know what you expect. Granted, Byakko is strong. Just
Yep.
you really need those LBs on him, on her, else you're kind of yikes. Then we got we're gonna end with Aina and Hisame. The banner, I think most people skip this banner because they went so heavy on Aoi that they just didn't have anything in JP. I remember that. I got really lucky with Aoi and Byakko. I think I have both of them in 310 pools or something like that. Something insane. I didn't even spend back then, so I was like elated. I was extremely elated that I did get. What am I missing again? Shoot. Fish. Aina. I didn't think Aina was that good until I tried her, and then I realized that, oh, wait, she's actually a little too strong. Extremely powerful. Okay, so we're gonna start with our list here. We have a whole bunch to go through, I guess, but you know, it's not like I didn't expect anything.
That bad.
So we're gonna start with Maki.
Okay.
Granted, this is the Limit Break 1 list and not Limit Break 3. So if we were talking about Limit Break 3, I think she is
awesome.
gonna be like
She's
at the
a
top,
rock star.
right?
Yep.
However, she is not gonna be on the top this time because, well, that is not the case.
All right, so she's are we treating her as a generic debuffer?
Do we want
even though she's dark?
Do we want to treat her as a debuffer, a utility support because she is?
Oh yeah, she's a blaster,
she's
not
a
a debuffer. Wait a second, I forgot.
Or do you want to put her as a damaged? I mean, we could put her on damage.
Well, she's null, so she shouldn't be a damage dealer.
What do you mean?
She's a null damage ultimate.
She's a good damage dealer. Come on. She's just not. Just LB3 is just ridiculous. Okay, so I don't think we'll put her on the damage one because she's not LB3 for this time. I do personally think that debuffer is probably where we should put her. But
yep.
is that going like
called.
I think that's where people would genuinely use her. But at the same time, since this is the EN list, I think what I've been doing on the EN list, that is, until, well, there's too many. I've been putting them into both roles where they stand. So I think I will place her both in debuffer and utility because she does
reasonable.
Pretty well. I'm gonna bring up on here, Rem site because I don't remember all her numbers. I don't use her. don't blame me, okay?
Fine.
Where is Maki? She is one of my favorite characters, but
I think most people don't pay attention to her numbers because she does her.
That's funny.
Fragile, high DR, and that's about it.
Okay. Okay, which one's the old? Like,
She's kind of awesome because it's hard to find
Yeah, it is.
blasters who do other things.
Okay, well, this here, the numbers are a bit different than they're supposed to be because, well, I
Yep.
think Remsite only puts up the upgrade version. So, um, yeah, we're gonna pretend the defense down doesn't exist. So she's supposed to be just a fragile user,
Yep.
right? So just fragile. Fragile for 1 turn. This says 14 SP cost. I'm pretty sure that did not change.
That did not
I
change.
think that's still the same. The potency is like, you know, the normal as everyone else. So it is should be a 1 turn if I'm not mistaken. 1 turn fragile.
It is 1 turn, yep.
1 turn fragile, 14 SP cost. I don't think that is any different from our good friend Kozue, and Kozue has the perk of, well, having Kozue 1, right?
Yep, and a better common skill.
And a better common skill, because Maki should just deal damage, right? It's just straight up damage, if I'm mistaken. So, oh wait, we can actually see her skill without the upgrade. My bad, I didn't see that.
Yep.
So, yeah, it's just 1 turn fragile, no changes, cool. And her regular skill is just a dark AoE 1-hitter, so it's not that great.
It's only good if you have LB3 to give her hit count up, because it's her AoE skill.
She will be... I think it makes sense to put her right next to Miko, I think. So, right now I have in tier 6, I got Isuzu and Kozue, because really, elementally, they are really strong. And provide a lot of that extra debuffs, either fragile or extra defense down. So they should be up there, especially with their elements. Number 5 being Miko, right, in tier 5. And then right under that is Hisame, and I clearly think she's better than Hisame because, well, Hisame only helps light and dark, while Maki is helping out more than that. So I think Maki should slot right next to Miko, tier 5. I think that makes sense. That means she's basically like equivalent to saying like, oh yeah, like she'd be like Tsukasa level, or apparently on our list, like
as a debuffer.
So I think so. I would personally, and she's definitely under Aina. So she's under Aina. Aina's at 7.
For sure.
So I think that's valid. Now as a what's it called again? As a blaster, apparently she has 6 hits. 6 hits, 21.75. That's pretty high, I think, for current. But it's single target. I think at this point, let me check on Kura's numbers. I don't remember Kura's numbers that well. Cause
AoE blaster shouldn't be valued very highly for global.
Yeah, I mean, I placed her
decently
high because she was she should be placed there out on release. No, she's single target actually, 6 as well with 21. So she is slightly worse with the SP cost that's 1 less. Right?
Yep.
So if I were to put that together, I think I would rather have more than that. However, like as a utility support. However, it also brings the debuffing. So I think we should knock Kura down a peg. I think that's what we should do. And then we're gonna fill in Maki also as a utility support. Right there, where she was supposed to be. I think that's fair. I think it's valid. Now we're going to Inori. Wow. Inori is... let's see. Inori is dark damage, dark single target attacker.
I think she is exactly on par with the other top attackers for the elements.
I think so too.
I don't think she is even slightly different from like Ruka, Waki,
However,
and
you may say that. However,
Yep.
En already has Ruka and Waki's
skill evolution.
evolution. Should I even count that?
I think even with
Even with
taking
that?
that into account, I would still put her on the same tier. I think yes, she will deal less damage. Yes, but no, I don't think it's a tier difference of damage. I think she will still do the same job that they would do at their respective elements. She's a good attacker.
No, I
It's
don't.
hard
I
to
don't
deny
doubt you.
that.
I think it's hard for me to gauge because I don't own her, right? Even
Yep.
on JP, I don't own her, and I
I
think that's
think
the
most people
most
didn't use her because
large
she's
issue.
kind of been never the top damage dealer for Dark.
Yeah, I think I will now elongate. Boom, elongate the main damage dealer for single target to be one tier higher. I do agree with you; she should be there, but I have not actually used her to.
I mean, I haven't used her either, but she's just a Dark attacker who
She's a
does
solid.
what they do.
No, she's no. Don't get me wrong. She's a solid.
She
dark
has pretty high hit count, doesn't she? At least compared to the competition at this point. I
At
think
this
it's
point,
like,
yes.
what, 4 or 6 hits?
I'm pretty
Good amount.
sure it's pretty high up there. I'm gonna check.
The
real
animation
quick.
makes it look like there's a lot of hits.
I mean,
could be
animation makes
improving.
you look at a lot of things.
Yeah.
Let's see. So Inori has, let's see, it has 6 hits, which is
Yeah, I thought
higher.
so.
It's double.
Yeah.
I think even with the difference, I think yes, I would agree with you on that one.
She has good damage mod on it too,
she
if I
also
recall. She's like some
has-
kind of bonus.
Yeah, she already comes with the 50%
charged, yeah.
bonus, especially with charge up. So yeah, I think she slots beautifully with the top DPS and everything. Do we want to lower any DPS? Do we want to start lowering anyone because she exists? I don't think so.
Oh,
I think
I
we're
don't think
fine.
so.
I think we're still
I think
fine.
she's just that element of DPS on the same tier as that probably should be in the game right now,
Yeah,
but she isn't.
nah, I agree. Then we have Bungo. Christmas Bungo.
Christmas Bungo.
So Christmas
Nobody
Bungo on
used her.
release.
Doesn't she have like the
she didn't
single
have the
highest
perma.
possible damage cap in the game at that point for some stupid reason?
I think so. If I remember correctly, that was the case.
Her
So
damage
I'm,
mod is insane, yeah.
So I'm looking
no, she's not
at
good.
it. Let's see. Where's the non?
The one hit restriction is actually a big deal for her, unfortunately.
Let's see.
She doesn't have her master skill.
Do we have? Can I see it before they? Wait.
She does have generalized, but then you're dealing with RNG again.
Wait. Are they gonna get the buffed version or not the buffed
Nope,
version?
they aren't, because we don't have buffed Tsukasa or other units.
True. You are not wrong.
Because that was added after version 4.
Oh, but we can't even see it. We can't even see what it was before it was buffed. Rev.
Before it was buffed, it only added the def down, so
It
just
only
ignore
added the
that.
F down. Okay.
Yep, nothing changed.
Well, then that means yeah, she did have the highest
She had insane
cap.
damage mod.
Yeah, high crazy damage mod, but only to DP.
Yep.
How valuable is that? I don't
Not
think. I think the problem is that would put her more into utility than actual main damage because you're not actually using her to kill.
Yep.
So I think that would put her in
And
utility, and
At
it's like
no point in the game have using breakers as breakers been really a winning strategy, so
I
that
agree.
hurts her a lot.
I'm gonna put her in utility. I think she actually fits more into utility at this stage in the game, and I think she's way
I
more
think you count
viable
her
than
as a DPS, and you just rely on other units to break. And then use her big damage mod and ignore her DP
I
bonus.
guess. But if we're gonna do that, then how many hits does he get at least? One? Is it just one hit?
It's not just one.
4
Right?
hits.
No
it's
way.
4 hits. It's 4 hits.
Yeah.
So I think
Okay.
if it's 4 hits, and she has a good damage mod, I think that's better than Yui and Ichigo for sure. But then again, they also
Yep.
get an HP mod, so I don't know.
I think it's comparable to Yuina, and I'd still use Yuina most of the time.
Probably is, yeah. I think I'm gonna put them in the same tier as
Because,
Yuina.
like, being able to break and then kill in 2 different ultimates is really nice
I think
at this point in the game.
I think I'll. Hmm.
I would not consider her better than Yuina.
What?
I wouldn't consider her better than Yuina.
Yeah, I think I'd put them in the same. Actually, yeah. So, I think because this list is also going to compose
Also
of
LP.
Union as well, and taking that into account, I think they should be in the same tier, right?
Yep. I don't know.
I think so.
I guess. Yeah, that's probably fine. Crap.
Okay,
Nope.
we're gonna go with
Does her skill
Waki.
2% relevant? It's just a light
The
skill.
Waki. Oh boy, this Waki.
Yeah, she's fine.
Christmas Waki. She comes with doping for an
For
ally.
5, it's like probably the best doping skill in the entire game. 5 SP for doping is insane.
It is insane, except for she
But
makes herself really
It's attached to
squishy
her.
and make her basically die.
Why couldn't it attach to anyone else? Why couldn't they give that to Tsukasa?
She
Come on.
also comes. Did they buff her? I forgot. I don't think so, right?
Nope, she
Yeah.
didn't get buffed.
Okay, so she didn't get
She's always
buffed.
been like that.
And it looks like she has one of the
AoE ult.
weakest AoE ults I've ever seen. 5k max. But she gets a party light attack up. I think I will place her onto the buffer part of the list as well as the damage, and then make her like just be told that she's not a good damage dealer. She really isn't.
And she's not even a good buffer.
And she is going. I think as a DPS, she's worse than Yuina. Oh my god.
Yeah, she is for sure. She's also AoE, remember? So that kind of sucks.
Well, I mean,
low SP cost
the mere
AoE
fact that
damage.
she has element, I think, makes me want me to put her above Yuki, but
Yeah,
maybe
for sure.
in the same tier as Hisamen.
I wouldn't even consider her to be a damage dealer. I would just rank her based on her buffing support.
Hey, I'm just saying, the people see attacker and then be like, oh, how good is she as damage? And I'll be like,
She's not classified as an attacker. Come on, really?
she's
We're just
an
gonna pretend she's
attacker,
an
I'm just
attacker.
saying. I'm just gonna put her on a fringe.
I
I'm gonna put
I
her
would
right
just
next to
completely
Yuki,
ignore
dude.
that.
She's gonna be right next to Yuki.
She's
Did I
not-
even put her in damage in the JP side? If I did, I need to lower her. I just realized.
She doesn't even get the HP bonus.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, she's
she's
not an
at number
attacker. She's a buffer.
3. Because I don't know why she's there.
She's a buffer who doesn't get tier bonus on
That's
buffing.
okay. Well, copy
And she gets like
paste
a
for
really,
her
really
onto a
crappy
buffer.
LP3, not that it matters.
How
but
good of a buffer is she?
not that good, because the best light DPS is Kanade, who provides her own light attack up. Provided she cannot stack it, but I don't think it matters. I think you still just
Well, no,
do
no,
not
no.
run Waki
so
for one
let's
stack.
think about this, right?
Okay.
As a buffer, right? In a vacuum, how good
Doping
is she?
It's
She
pretty good.
has a single target doping for 5. However, she may
However.
get broken on that turn.
And
she
also,
uses it.
doping is pretty accessible for people who have Yudyun and Seika too, because they both have it.
Well, I mean, we're looking at a vacuum, right?
in the
Tier 6, we have Tsukasa, who gives everyone doping, right?
Yep, 10
Um,
SP.
And is pretty good for that. I would value that more than what she brings, even if she brings
Yep,
2
I do.
buffs.
It's better.
It's just safer. It's better. So she would probably be lower than that. However, would you value her more than Shiki, which at this point, if I remember correctly, gives dark attack.
Yeah, they're actually very
that's it.
comparable, those two.
I think they are. I think they're comparable.
It's S Shiki, right? Not SS.
SS Shiki.
SS Shiki.
Yes. S Shiki with SS Shiki is definitely in the higher
Better.
tier.
Yeah.
But we're talking about S Shiki. I mean SS.
Then she's
Shiki.
probably above Shiki, because
So-
Shiki can't provide doping. And charges a lot worse than
Yes.
doping.
I think what's gonna happen is I need to lower Shiki, and then she's gonna fill up that spot. That's what I
Sure,
think.
that sounds good.
Shiki, I think, is going to be marked down 1 peg, because there's no way that Shiki's like would consider. But then now I'm putting her, putting Waki next to Minori, which I don't think Minori really stands out. I think I put her in the wrong place to begin with. I don't really see her viable. I actually think she should just drop to tier 2 in the unviable. I really don't think she's viable as a buffer. Even if she's the only one who buffs Mind Eye at the moment. I just don't value that. I just can't value that. Right?
Yep.
What else we got? You know, it just made me wonder how many people would actually join if I was streaming. Oh, what happened? Oh no. My internet connection break? Hello? Oh. Hello?
Hello?
Okay. I was wondering what would happen if I started streaming on the main course in the general chat with this. Do you think people would actually show up? I actually wonder. I might do both for fun. Would you be against that, Red?
You can do whatever you want.
Okay, I will move to the main court and we'll see what happens. I'll see you there. Okay. I don't know why I'm doing this. Okay. I shall wait for my friend Red. Hello.
Hello?
Okay. I bet you anything that no one's gonna show up, but that's okay. I just wanted to see what happens.
Okay, where were we?
We're at Tama.
Tama. He's
The
quite
best
good.
thunder damage.
Is she better than
dealer.
all the top damage dealers in the game currently? Is she just the best DPS period?
I think she's the best DPS period at this point,
Better
right?
than Fireruka, yeah.
Granted, we
necessarily
could start moving
disagree.
people down if we need to, but for now, would I rate her a 9? That's the real question. Is she
Seems
so
a little bit
good?
excessive, but she is good.
She is so good. Would I rate her a 9 though? As
I
a
wouldn't because
damage
Maid Aui's
though.
also going to be on this list, and that hurts her.
Well, I mean,
but it's
well,
still,
no,
she's
wait,
still
wait,
good
wait,
support for Maid Aoi. Wait a second.
Wait. Once we get there, everyone's gonna be knocked down a peg, though, right? So, like, as of the timing of her release, should she be placed there, though?
Yep.
Right. I think the answer is
I think the answer is no, because I don't think any
No.
elemental character could be a 9 out of 10.
I
At this
think
point.
the fact
Because
that
no,
she
there
shows
is forced
up,
resistance.
I think the fact that she shows up knocks everyone down a peg.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think that's the fair assessment here. She's
Yep.
so good, I think she actually knocks down everyone a peg.
She's like paving way for the power creep of attacking rules.
Yeah, so I think I'm just gonna grab everyone, and we're going to knock everyone. Oop, did I do something wrong? Oop, what? Okay, I'm gonna take that, and then we're gonna knock everyone down one peg, and delete this. Whoop, everyone's gone now, and then Tama is gonna be the king DPS, because she really is just that good. A little too good.
Yep.
Next
Yeah,
we're
turns
gonna
out
look.
with scaling is good.
Yeah, just because wisdom scaling, intelligence.
I want to look at the numbers on this skill. I just know that it does a ton of damage. I'm not actually sure if I
man.
know the numbers
You,
on
you
it.
do know why it deals a lot of damage, right?
Yeah, because it's a single target wisdom scaling ultimate that does thunder damage.
And
With
gives
high SP
herself thunder
and gives herself
attack.
thunder attack
up.
up.
Man, dude,
Well,
that...
it's party thunder attack up.
Yep, it's party. It's
a buff.
insane.
Man, they really made Waki an attacker and then released this right afterwards.
Yeah, they made a fucking attacker
Yeah.
and they released this.
She's like the prototype of like Fire Megu.
It's insane.
Just like I'm a healer, but I also just
Yeah.
killed everything.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
think
she's really
anyone
good.
can argue. That it's
Her
just
skill
not
is a little bit
fair.
irrelevant, but it's nice to have. for her million of good skills, I
Now,
guess. I don't know.
Now, I think the main reason why her damage looks absurd, though, is that it's really easy to hit cap.
Yep.
It is really easy, and we're talking about the list is based off of Limit Break 1, right? So, easy to. I think she can hit the not hit the cap, but like get much closer to the cap at Limit Break 1 than everyone else can, and she comes with an extra like 80% enhance for Thunder, which
Yeah.
at that point in the game no one can do.
Yep, it's huge.
Right? It's huge. And she makes Thunder so strong that I think she even powers up Seika, that Seika could just do damage too if she wanted to.
Yep, she can.
It's quite insane. So I think, oh man.
Oh, hey, Maple.
This thing's a little different. Okay, there we go. I'll darken it up because it's a bit different. I think I think she does clearly just sit at number 8 at this point in the game.
Sure.
Right? Just due to that fact. However, now we had to talk about as a healer, how good is she? Not that great. I think
She gets a party heal, and that's about it.
She's a party heal that has the what was it? Oh man, my brain's so fried.
You're thinking of Fighting Spirit,
Fighting
right?
Spirit.
I don't know what they call it in English.
I don't know either. I mean, let's see. It's Rem said he updated the thing, so I can see it. Let's see.
Yeah, but there's so few skills that
it
apply
is
it. I never bothered
called
looking at it.
Vanguard status up.
Okay, well, wait a second.
That didn't tell me anything. Oh, it's still called Fighting Spirit, I think. It says
Okay.
Ally Font Fighting Spirit. I think it's still Fighting Spirit. So.
Well, either way, she doesn't really need that skill and probably doesn't use it. But because she just has party heal on her S style.
And we are to assume that we have both of her S versions.
Yep.
Is she better than Fire Tama? I don't think so.
Nope, because she has a worse party heal.
Is she better than Lisa? I think so.
Yep, Risa also just has a party heal and Fighting Spirit, but Tama does them
then
both for either
Neon,
cheaper or the same
I
cost.
think Yanagi is better, straight up.
As a healer, yep,
as a
for
healer.
sure.
So I think Risa is gonna get knocked down a peg because I can't put them on the same tier. It doesn't make sense.
Yep. Yeah, knock her
Tama
down.
is going to go straight into number 6 as a healer.
Yep. I think that's a fair representation of her strengths.
There is no way to place her anywhere else here, I think. I mean, like, reasonably. It doesn't make sense.
Do you count her as a buffer as well?
I do. She's going to be there, too.
Okay.
But she's not that great as a buffer. I'm probably... I mean, I can't say that she is better than Waki as a buffer. At this point, I don't think so.
No. Her ultimate costs more.
Yeah, her ultimate costs more, and she also can't.
And even though she's in a more relevant element, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Now, do I want to? Okay, at this point, I think she's clearly under, so I can't place her in the same place. I think Iroha is better than her as a buffer as well. At this point. Because Iroha can do field. I mean, not that field's a buff, but we're to, like, kind of gauge that a little bit. She has just standard buffs, while Tama basically has just a Thunder up, right? A strong one, that is. Shiki. Would I consider Tama and Shiki equal?
Does Shiki also give the same strength buff? It is the same, right?
I don't know if
Yeah,
it was before the upgrade. Is it?
I think it was even before, but I'll check.
Let me see if I don't know.
Shiki.
Shiki.
Yes, it looks like it was.
Was it? Okay, but Shiki, yeah. So I guess they're in the same tier at that point then. But no. But
Yep.
Shiki also has her other skills that buff. So
Yeah,
she
charge
is
and enhance.
worse than Shiki as a buffer. I'm gonna put her in the same tier as Minori. I think that is fair. That's a fair assessment.
Yep, both of them have to pay an insanely high cost for a buff that is good, but probably not worth that cost.
Exactly. Now we are at Sera. One of my favorites during this time. She is sadly not in favor, but in JP, but I do really like her. She okay. I do have to extend. I have to make a little area now for defenders because she should no matter what be slotted right next to Ichiko. There's no way you don't. Wait, actually, no. She is actually slightly worse than Ichiko. What am I talking about? Ichiko
She
has
doesn't have a
Lionheart.
taunt.
What am I smoking? Ichiko has Lionheart. Ichiko's straight up better than her. I think I'm gonna place Sera at number 6.
Okay. Yeah, that's a
Um,
pretty easy placement.
That's an easy placement. She is clearly worse than Ichiko. However, I think that 3 SP Lionheart is a big deal at the end of the day, personally. That's my
Yeah, and all she gets is a crappy AoE skill that makes her pretty darn good in dungeons.
exactly.
Which is weirdly strong for some reason.
She actually weirdly does a lot of damage with that skill.
Yep, but it's AoE, so
I
it's just
actually
dungeons.
used to use that all the time on JP back when I first started because I was like, wow, she does a lot of damage as a defender, and then I realized that her damage is bad.
Good in
but,
dungeons.
like
and that's
good
what
for
matters.
dungeon, but nothing else. As a buffer, she's pretty good as a buffer.
I mean, she's about as good as Ichiko.
Jesus, yeah, I mean, she's good as Ichiko. I mean, Ichiko I should also put in buffing, but I didn't, because that would make buffer just, like, fat. Just really fat. I guess I'll put both of them into buffer. They kind of deserve to be in there due to what they do.
There definitely is more as buffers than defenders.
Okay, so if I were to put them as buffer, I actually would have to knock Tama and Minori down another peg. Because they're clearly better. Because they're cheaper.
About half the cost.
And by the way, remember, their skill doesn't deal damage. You know what that means, right? With level. It
increases the potency of the buff.
Increases the potency, that's right. So actually, I'm gonna knock down Minori and Tama another peg.
But they don't get buffer Hoju.
What?
But they don't get buffer Hoju, they get defender.
Yeah, but Minori and Tama don't get buffer Hoji either.
Oh yeah, that's true. Okay, fair enough.
So, what did I do? Oops. Okay, and so Ichiko, yeah. So she's, I don't. There's no reason to put Sera as a DPS, even though she kind of is. But, you know, for dungeon. But
She
we're not
isn't.
gonna count
No.
that. We're not gonna count that here. Okay, next we have the next banner, the greatest, saddest banner here. Maria. Wait, why does it say Mari instead of Mari? Oh my god, I have to go fix that now. The GP side. Why did I misspell that? Jesus. Okay, Maria and Yunyun, but we're gonna start with Maria first, right? So, Limit Break 1. Maria. Not Limit Break 3, Limit Break 1. I think at Limit Break 3, she's basically at the top DPS. I don't think anyone can argue on her release at Limit Break 3, she is the number 1 DPS. I've never used her, so I actually do not know how many hit counts she has, because I just actively never used her.
6 or 5. It's actually pretty high.
But let me go check that, because I think that is pretty important to note when we put her on this list.
5 hits.
5 hits? Let's check.
Yep.
It is 5 hits for 14. It only costs 14, huh? Damn, that potency is so high. But she has a very hard... She struggles on getting that token up. So, what do I want to note her as? In a vacuum, how good is she? Would you want to use her? Sorry about my background sound, but let's see. Would you want to use her over Yuin and Ichiko? I think so. Even though it's difficult to get them higher. Would you use her over Kanata in a vacuum?
Yeah, I would.
You would?
In a vacuum.
In a vacuum? Okay. I mean, I don't know, because
I mean, I'm mostly just comparing her to Waki as the single target ice DPS.
Would you use her over Waki with the upgrade?
What does Waki's upgrade do?
Waki
also has doping according to this list, right?
So, according to this list, yes.
Yeah,
according to this list, Waki can
skills.
give herself doping. Yes. At this point,
50% potency.
She can
That's the
give her, so
difference.
she, remember, she has her tower upgrade in EN now. She already has it. It's already available for them.
What a big upgrade.
If there is 31C members, 2 others, they're 31C, which is, you know, very much just ice, right? So like you would just what pick Mari and who else? Sera? At this point, right?
Yep.
She's already getting that 50%. So we're gonna add that into the market, right?
So Maria needs like how many tokens to reach that? 4 tokens, 5 tokens to
For what?
surpass her?
To surpass
How many
Waki?
to Waki's damage?
Remember,
She has
Waki,
lower potency.
Waki also has level 17 now, at this
Yep.
point, right? So Waki has level 17, which I don't actually know her numbers at level 17.
It's probably not as big as you'd think.
It's probably not. I need to check because I never use her, so I don't really care enough. Okay, let's take a look. So her potency is level 1, right? It is about the same, right, as Maria is at level 1. It's about a 1k difference. But because of the upgrade, did she always give her attack up, or was that?
No, that's from skill evolution.
That's from skill evolution. Okay.
That's from
So
skill evolution.
that means we have the 50%. We have.
But we should be ignoring that it gives her the attack up. Because we're considering that she has a skill that gives her doping for 5 SP. So she can just stack that.
I mean, she can already
Which
give
is higher
herself
potency.
I mean, yes, that is true. I mean, you're not wrong. But you have to also know that, like, this helps you use her ult faster. Right? Like, without having to need a buffer as, like, much. So I think that's a
But
very
you're probably
powerful
not
asset
struggling for
her.
SP on your attacker
Tori.
anyway.
Yeah, I'm just saying that. I think that's, like, a valid thing to think about, though, right?
Okay.
So that means, which one would I value more? I think at this point, they're pretty equal. I can't see
Yeah,
where
they are pretty equal.
I can't see where I would take one over the other. But then that would, I think at this point as well, I think Ruka falls behind because she can't, in a vacuum, help herself. You know what I mean?
Yeah, she can't. That's fair.
Inori should be able to already help herself. And so I think Duka and Kanata will share a place. And Maria will lovingly take over at the, like, above her. I mean the reason why Duka is higher in JP is because, well, I mean, you you know, her onion version is out, so haha, mind's eye, yay. Plus you probably use her on that one instead, so yeah. Now we have Yunyun. I think this one's an easy. I don't have to
10 out of
explain,
10.
dude. 10 out of 10. Okay, so I'm going to actually place her in the place that is considered higher than you know.
Yep.
Than Seika, because, well, I mean, she's clearly better.
Yeah, I
in
like
many
how the top tier
regards.
is just every team that's going to exist for a year.
Um,
Union, Sega, and then 4 empty slots.
It really is. And then you can really, like, pick around. At this point, by the way, we do have to move
S-Union.
S-Union up.
She's so
because
good.
she exists.
She's
But-
better than almost every SS in the game.
Exactly. So,
Yep, she's really
she is arguably 10.
A 10 out of 10. Yeah,
10
I
out of
don't
10.
think that's much of an argument.
she is 10 out of 10. I don't think you can argue about
Yeah,
that.
in some battles you use SS, and in some battles you use S. I think Maple agrees. There's a lot of thumbs up here.
Oh, I mean, is Maple putting any thumbs up? What?
Yep.
Where's the thumbs up? I
I saw them popping up all over the stream,
What? Oh, how come I can't
like
see
confetti.
it? What?
Are you watching the stream?
No, I mean, I have the
Okay,
thing
that's
up,
why.
but I can't. Wait, no, I have the thing up. How come I can't see it? What? I have the chat
Oh,
up
on
and everything.
Discord.
Oh, on Discord. Oh.
Yep.
Oh, I can't see both at the same time. Jeez. Okay, I see it now. I'm gonna make it
Alright,
a
yeah,
lot.
so Union at a 10 seems to
Union
be
is up.
agreed upon.
So by the way, Maple, I will, if you react, Red will tell me your reaction, and
Yep.
I will take that into account as well, because I don't like to just have my opinion. I think it's very, very important to have multiple people's opinion when I make these type of things, because everyone has different experiences, right? And then we kind of talk about it, discuss it, and then we work on what we think where things actually make sense to be. So, yep. So give thumbs up if you think so. Give a thumbs down or whatever if you like. No, I don't think so or something. Feel free to type in the chat as well, right? Luka and Yuki, the very, very sad good DPS that are sandwiched between Yunyun and Mua.
Yep. Is Ruka better than Tama as
Is
the damage
Luka
dealer?
better
Probably.
than Tama as a damage dealer? I
Ruka's really
personally
good.
think so. The reason
She's still like the top slash DPS for Thunder.
the reason behind that is because she also decreases defense at the same time. That's a massive deal.
Yeah, I couldn't remember what that effect on her ultimate was, but it's really good.
The main issue with Luka, though, right? I think that everyone can agree, is
Mhm.
that her SP cost for that ult, though she is a DPS, so it doesn't matter as much.
Yep.
Is 16.
I like that SP cost. I'm happy with that.
It is-
She's not using her SP for other things.
I know, but it's
Let her get
massive.
to damage.
It's massive. Wait, I
Give her
need to
that
see what her
bonus.
normal skill is. I don't know
It's
what
just
it
like
is.
a Thunder AoE, I think.
Thunder
Yeah,
AoE?
I've used it a bunch in dungeons.
And it's for DP. Okay, wait. It's for DP. This is actually pretty good. Pretty solid. I do like that. Tama doesn't get to have that. So, let's see. What are the numbers for her damage? 13k start. Ooh, that is pretty good.
She also gets that LB0 passive, which we're starting to get at this point in units.
She does. Do
And
I
them were the
want to
first
knock
ones to get
people
it.
down a peg because she exists? I think so.
Yeah, I think it's important to
I
like
think
have a
it's-
distinction between when they started adding LB0 passives.
I think so. Although at this point, I'm looking at my list and there's not enough space anymore. So I do
Okay.
have to give some. I have to make some space, somewhere. For now, we'll still crunch people up. It's fine. Sumomo, Yuki, which one do you think is worse? I think Yuki is worse than Sumomo, but you know, they're not that
Yeah,
different.
Yuki's worse than Sumomo.
So I'll put Yuki lower. I think we can count free Luka SS as just as comparable as Sumomo at this point, even though like
She has her fire ultimate,
yeah, she does have fire ultimate, etc.
but you're never ever going to use her if you have the firework.
Bungo, you are dropping down another tier. I think at this point I can kind of put Cotton to. Oops, I got rid of Cotton.
Oh crap.
Cotton to be in the same tier as Bungo. At this point, not that Bungo is bad, but like I don't want to encourage anyone saying, "Oh, Bungo is good," when at Limit Break 1 she's gonna miss. I think it was 70% or some shit.
No, it's only 30%.
30%? It's insane.
Only 30%.
Yeah, it's insane.
It just feels
I
like
don't wanna RNG
70%.
that. So Yuina, Ichigo, I will drop them down one tier, just one. I think we drop everyone down one tier at this point.
Yep.
Right. We drop everyone down
Make
one
way
tier,
for power creep.
and we make way for the power creep of. We make
Yep.
room for
Year
power
2
creep
units.
of Luka. Okay, Yuki. At this point, I think Yuki is the absolute best AoE DPS, hands down.
Yep. With the regardless of element.
Regardless of element, she is #1 DPS. I don't think that's
Yep,
a
Maple
question.
agrees.
She will make dungeon literally the easiest thing in the world if you have her. Amazing.
And she's still not that good.
What?
And she's still not that good.
I mean, true. At this point in the game, Irene is now, I think, about to fall off because now there is null resist. So I'm gonna knock her down a lot of pegs because of that. So she is getting knocked down to like Hisame level. Like anyone who's null is basically like
Yep, you're using her for grinding turn 1 clears in arena.
Yep. Everyone who's null is now in the bottom bucket because now null resist is out. I
And
already
she
know
doesn't
the
even
reason
benefit
behind
from her
it.
hit count up.
I already know the reason why they did null resist is because, well, hit count up was so strong on Adele and Irene that they had to nerf them. somehow without nerfing anyone else. And they nerfed them by just nerfing Null. Feels bad. So they're out of the picture. We don't even look at them anymore, and everyone's gonna be like, "Oh, but Irene was put so high when you first did launch." I'm like, yes, but like at this point, 6 months later, no, she's dead. She is dead.
And she's still good to have in the future.
Oh, she's still good to have in the future. Now,
Just keep her in the box for a bit.
Yuki or SS2 Duka. I think SS2 Duka goes down just one peg.
Yeah, she's definitely better AoE damage dealer than Ruka.
She is definitely a better damage dealer than Ruka. However, I do really like her hit count. Ruka's hit count. It's so good.
Yep.
So she's
But
more
if you're using her hit count, are you considering that for damage purposes or
No, I'm
for
counting that for
overdrive gain
dungeon.
purposes?
I'm talking about that's for dungeon, man. For dungeon, so good. Because remember, AoE is more for dungeon than it was for like
Content.
bosses, right? So like I'm looking right now of AoE, we're looking at the picture of would I use them for dungeon, right? And Yuki is a straight up yes. I think when her launch was out, people realized that if you want to be able to farm Hoju, you have to have Yuki.
You need to have AoE elemental damage.
Right? You need to have Yuki because back then they didn't. I mean, now we don't have it, and Ian's never gonna have it. And they'll never feel the pain of seeing resist in Hoju farming. That was the worst.
They also have lower encounter rate in the dungeon.
That was terrible. So because we're looking at using AoE in a dungeon, we're not looking at, that's the vacuum we're looking at, because that is what they're gonna have, right? In a vacuum. I think Ruka is still considered very strong because of her hit count, and her damage is decent enough.
She also has 2 AoE skills of different elements.
So
or 3 if you counter ultimate.
I mean, yes. So I think at this point, they're technically comparable when it comes to that, but Yuki just deals a lot more damage. So it depends where I want to put them, but for now, I think Ruka should stay under Yuki in this list until we look at the rest that come out. I think it's
Yuki also has LB0 passive, right? Yep, she does.
Yes.
Okay.
So that is where we're gonna put them. I think Maple agreed. I saw some thumbs up. So Yuri and Kanade. Okay.
Top elemental DPS for both their elements.
Yeah, they're top DPS for both their elements. In fact,
I think they are both exactly on the same tier as Thunder Ruka. They're just top DPS in the new era.
I totally agree. They are on the top. There's no question asked about at the point.
All these 4 units who came out in the same month, right next to each other in the tier list for their elemental DPS. That makes sense to me. Yeah, that seems fair.
Seems fair. Now
it's
for
clean.
Arguably, in my opinion, the best banner, the best banner they've ever come out with for a W banner, Mua Yotsuha.
It's like between that or the Thunder Sharu banner.
Oh, dude. You want to hear the saddest part?
Yep.
I skipped this banner.
Yeah, so did I. I got Mua somewhere else.
Because I started on the Yuri Kanade banner. I had nothing to pull at this time. I didn't realize how good they were because I didn't understand anything about the game at all. Mua?
Yep.
Easy 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10, exactly.
Easy 10 out of 10. Now, does this push anyone down? My opinion?
Probably not. Maybe a little bit.
My opinion? It does. Actually, I think everyone gets knocked down 1 peg. Like, that's how strong she is. I think she actually knocks, like, think of it this way, okay? Mua? Okay, so is Tama, how strong would you consider Tama? Tama's right now 8, because
I don't think she's that strong.
Because the only thing she does that's extra compared to all other healers is she can revive a shield, right?
Yeah. But she trades it off for having lower party heal potency than Yanagi or other Tama.
Other Tama and Yanagi are technically better healers. However, for the most part, SS1 Tama will be able to full heal.
Yeah, sure, knock everyone down.
Regardless. I think we knock everyone down that's not Yanagi or Tama. Like, when I say Tama, I mean Fire Tama, right? And in fact, at this point, I think that like the what's it called again, the SS1 is just going to be considered being under.
Oh crap! I just remembered. Mua has overheal for some reason.
Yeah,
Why
exactly.
did
That's
they
why
make
she's
her
up
so
there.
good?
No, that's why she's at the top. That's why I told you everyone has to be knocked down a peg. There's no way you don't knock
Yeah,
anyone
she's
down
way
a
too
peg.
good.
It's not possible. So like, okay, first of all, I'm gonna knock down everyone.
You don't need DP recover if you just overheal to 120%.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah, it
stupid.
just makes every other healer obsolete for a while.
Yeah, it made every other healer just obsolete. Now, will I lower my S healers here? Yes, I also will lower them because they also are as obsolete, right? Because they're not as good, right? That's how strong Mua is. Mua is just way too powerful as a healer. In fact, if I actually played EN. Wait, someone typed on the chat. Everyone should at least be looking forward for same for Union SS1. Man, I missed out chat, man. Quick question: where can we farm S shards beside Gacha and events? The answer is that's all you can farm. I think. I think that's the only place you could farm them. But you don't need to farm a lot of S shards. Because you only really need them for Union and for Shiki. You do not even need them for Aina, because Aina doesn't get a... Does Aina even get a good passive off of it? I don't even know what she gets off of it, because I never used her. Because I didn't know she was good until I didn't need her.
Let's see what it is. Aina S.
I don't know.
No, that's her new one. When in frontline, has a chance to recover 3 SP. It's decent.
Yeah.
30% chance.
30% chance to get another SP.
3 SP in frontline.
Oh.
But like,
I mean,
this is Aina. She doesn't need SP.
Yeah. I mean,
she's generally has cheap skills.
Yeah. Okay. Well, if anything, we can still beat around the bush and be like, okay, well, it doesn't matter. We're gonna now go to Yotsuha, which I think is an easy. Oh, wait. At this point, because she exists, I think I'm going to now differentiate elemental buffers from normal from generic buffers. I think this is the place where I do that. Because she exists. Okay. I think that is fair. What are your thoughts on that, Maple? You think that's a fair assessment? Because, like, she doesn't do anything for generic teams at all, except for, like, a single thingy.
Yotsu has a very special unit.
Because she's a very special unit, and a very special place in my heart, aka she's my favorite Oshima member. Okay, if you want to know why I love Oshima, it's her. She's my favorite. So I'm gonna put generic here. Generic, and we're going to also make this. Man, I just realized how big buffer is gonna be because there's so.
Yeah, well, that is the most important role in.
It really is. If you don't have good buffers, then you're in a hole, because at least for debuffers, you can just bring S Aina and just not care. Elemental, right? So we got elemental. Look at that. I still find it surprising. No one has, like, from any community has told me that grilled me on my tier list. I'm actually kind of surprised about that. I mean, it's a good sign.
But that could also just mean they're not reading it.
I don't know. Maybe not.
How many people are looking at the document? Usually you would think that they would,
and then there'd be people dunking on it.
Yep.
Mono has typed to me. Let's see. So we should get free selector for SS1 Seika then. What? Is there a free selector? In EN?
Just the tutorial one.
Oh, the tutorial one? I mean, no. Hey, here's the thing, right? Why I encourage people to get Tama is because, it's gonna be really hard to save for Mua if you want Angel Beans. So, I recommend people get Tama because you're not gonna be able to roll Mua. It's not possible unless you're a whale. It's not possible. I don't think there's a world where you're like, oh yeah, like, if you're gonna roll on, like, if you're free to play, you're gonna roll on Angel Beats. You're not getting Mua. That's not possible.
Especially with the higher pity on Angel Beats.
Okay, Yotsuha, easy 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
10 out of
Arguably
10.
11 out of 10.
Arguably 11 out of 10.
Just compared to the other 10 out of 10 units, she's strictly better in power. She does so much.
Wait. Actually,
I don't think that there needs to be a drop down for everyone else.
no. Actually,
Maybe?
I do think that she is better than Seika 2 is.
She is better than Sega on Fire Team specifically.
Fire Team
She's
specifically.
notably better.
Now, but I wouldn't put Yunyun and Seika on different parts. Like I wouldn't separate them.
Yep.
At this point
They're a pair.
in the game, right?
And the funny thing is, both of them stack with Yotsu.
Yeah, both of that with Yotsun. It don't matter. Because I made Elemental, we are going to be moving Tsukasa over, just because she has Field. Okay.
Yep.
I think it's valid. We're gonna move her over. Tama, at this point, is still generic. Still the same. I don't think she gives any extra buffs to
Nope, she doesn't.
Fire at this point in the
Not
game.
until her
We're gonna move
style buff later.
Iroha and
Shiki
Shiki,
over.
the sad birds that still don't have an SS2. Oh my god, they still don't have an SS2 in a JP. Wait,
Only one more month.
Ono
One more
said,
month.
so we need do speedrun event for S-Shard Union and Seika for LB3.
No, you don't, because
No.
every single event has S shards.
No. Mono, you should not be working for I think yeah, so anyways, Mono, don't ever go for a Limit Break 3 on any SS. Unless you're a whale, you are not going to consider L-Being 3ing anyone in the game.
For S shards. though.
You should only care about Limit Break 1. Okay? When we talked about Limit Break 3, that was about S Union, not the SS Union, right? So S Union, you eventually want to get her to max because you need her stats, and that's not that hard to do if you just use event tokens. So it is very widely promoted that you endorsed and everything that you should be shoving all of your S-Shard tokens, every single one of them, into Union, right?
Yep, I agree.
Up until she's max LB, you shove everything into her. That is how you should be playing, right? For S-Shards. Now, should you be actively farming for these S-Shards? No. You should be actively farming for them until Union is LB3, and then you just kind of take your time on doing it. You don't have to rush it, right? So
And
that's
also,
how it
every single event has those S shards in
Yes.
them, so it doesn't matter which one has raid up, you'll always be able to farm for those
Exactly.
shards.
right? Now we are going to I haven't moved everyone, so Tama has to move over one, and then Ichiko and Seda are also moving because, well, at this point they are moving. Okay, and then we also have to move Waki over as well, because they're slowly bringing out the Tsukasa is still generic. Mari, I will consider her ice at this point.
Yep, she's just ice version of Tsukasa. They're
And
the same
Seika,
unit.
I will consider Seika 1. I'll consider as thunder as well. Now, do I need to knock down anyone a peg in the elemental because Yotsune exists? I don't think that's a valid thing to do.
How come Mari is higher than Tsukasa? Am I missing something?
Why is Mari higher than Tsukasa?
Yeah. They have the same kit,
Well,
but different colors.
because I like Mari more, okay? Well, to be honest, I placed them like that earlier because, what was it? Mari's, if I remember correctly, this is not really about buffing really at that point. When I put them together like this on the list, it was kind of trying to figure out, I didn't want to put her anywhere else. I didn't want to put her in main damage, but her damage is higher than Tsukasa's. And you kind of need her to make ice strong. You don't really need Tsukasa to make fire strong. So I put them in that vacuum.
I think her damage is the same as Tsukasa. It's the same SP cost, same potency. It's just one more hit.
Yeah, but one more hit's huge, dude, for AoE. What the fuck?
I'm not convinced that's that big of a deal.
Anyways, at
3
this
hits
point,
versus 4.
I will knock down Maria Pick anyways, as I was saying.
I think they're just straight up the same unit, but in different colors.
Now, do I do anything about Seika? I think Seika still is higher because she has doping. I still leave her there because of doping. I think this is valid list so far. So we're gonna move on, and we got Chie. Single target.
Yep, she's the top dark damage dealer.
Top dark damage dealer.
She has access to funnel. That's insane.
She has access to funnel. Actually
she has
insane.
a SP cost.
I'm gonna mark her as 9 at this point in the history. She's, I think, better than the ones that came before her.
Yep, even though Yuri can deal more damage than her because Yotsuha exists, but that doesn't
This is
matter.
a vacuum. This is literally a vacuum. So, Chia is straight up better. That's all there is to it. Fubuki. We have the defense down for Dark, which makes Chia even more powerful. Pretty good. And comes with Dark defense down plus Fragile. At this point is when we start seeing Megu 2 eat shit.
Yep, more access to Fragile.
So, would I consider Fubuki better than Mia? Because Megu is gonna, like, get knocked down a peg right now, but, like, we're gonna not worry about that right now. Actually, I'm gonna do that right now. We're gonna knock her down 1 peg at the very least. She deserves to be knocked down a peg. What do I want to do? The question is, what do I want to do about Fubuki? Does Fubuki considered the top debuffer at this point when she's released?
She doesn't have access to defense down. She does have access to defense down through her A style. It's only AoE version, but it's still defense down.
She is.
It's cheap. It's the same as Aina's cost. Is it lower than Aina's? Is it 5 instead of 6? No, that doesn't sound.
I think it's 5.
No way. What a good style.
Right.
Except not really, but.
What a good style.
How does she not have her SS2 yet? Wait a second.
She doesn't even have her SS2 yet, no.
Why?
What? Why?
Yeah, it's 5 SP for AoE defense down on her A style. That's crazy.
Yeah, she's crazy.
And then just decided she doesn't get to have S styles either.
I actually think she's above Mia. Like, what can I say?
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
So she's gonna go
She does have, like, turn count issues as a debuffer. She just needs more turns to apply her debuffs than are possibly available.
I mean,
2 turns for defense down, 2 turns
that's
for
her main
dark
issue
defense
is
down, and
she's
then
a
2
really
turns
good
for fragile.
debuffer, but she just doesn't have enough turns because she doesn't do anything too much, right?
But even if you're only applying like 1 of each or 2 of defense down, dark defense down, and
you
then
always
1 fragile,
cover with
that's still fine.
Yun. You can cover with
Exactly.
There's so many things you cover with. So in a vacuum of that, like, she's still, I would consider top tier debuffer at this point.
Where is she? Yeah, that seems like a good placement.
Yep. Now, would I knock down everyone a peg? Because would I consider her an 8? Would I consider her the same power as Seda and Seika at this point? Would I? That's a good question. I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
I think she's about on the same tier as Seika.
Okay, now we're going to the best ice single target defense I've ever seen. Adele 2. Oh my god. I'm sorry. I have to do this. Easy 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
She's clearly better than all the rest of them. I either have to put her 10 out of 10 or I have to knock down everyone down a peg. And at this point, I think I need to start making more room in the tiers. Or else, because I don't think she should be 10 out of 10.
No, you can knock everybody down.
I need to knock...
Because we also have Maid Aoi coming up.
I think. Okay, so here's the question. Okay, do I value Adele as good as Mua, Yotsun, Seika, and Yunyun?
I don't, because she's
No.
not a generalist unit.
So I
But,
do have to knock down everyone a peg. However, there's a very, very big problem: the lack of space for everyone to get knocked down.
We need to have like an untiered trash can at the bottom that like for Pokemon tiering, where it's like once enough Pokemon have fallen out of the tiers, they're just untiered. We don't care about them. It doesn't matter how good they are relative to each other. Nobody's using them.
No one
Untiered.
cares. Okay.
There's just like a trash can at the bottom that we just throw all
Okay.
the styles that
Now,
fall off into.
this is where we get Mari 2, where we have Mari 2, which basically just says, I'm in tier 9, Seda gets knocked down a peg because of her.
Yeah.
For sure, gets knocked down a peg. She's still strong.
Yeah.
She's just not it anymore.
Yeah,
Right?
that's fine.
I think this is fine. I think this placement fine. I think this placement makes sense. Complete sense.
I still use Mari to this day.
I-
She's pretty good.
I do too. In fact, I use her when I don't want to use Tama, because Tama's boring.
And you don't consider her an elemental buffer even with generalize.
I count her more of a generic buffer at this point in the game. In fact, I think I even put her in generalist over here because, no, I didn't. Did I? Is she even on here? Where? Oh, she is. I put her on generalist because, like, you kind of use her more as a generalist than as a, a buffer for
Yep,
ice.
that's true.
So
She's just slightly better on ice teams.
she's just slightly better on ice teams, but she needs a lot more SP. That's the main issue. Right?
Yeah.
Um,
But honestly, you're casting her ultimate one time. The second time
Yep.
doesn't matter as much, so
now,
that alleviates some SP.
yep. So I think she's easily slotted in number 9. In
Yep.
tier 9. There's no questions about that. She's basically as effective as Aoi. Aoi's basically gonna be stuck at 9 at all times because she's not good in dungeon. Like I can't put her tier 10 if she's not good in dungeon. All the rest of them are solid in dungeon.
And now Mua's here.
Eh.
Overhealing means you don't need to worry about damage as much. So
Yeah, I know, right? But like the vacuum is that we're pretending Muad is not in that team when we rank
Alright.
Aoi, right? So we can't do that. It's just relative, right? Next we have Kuda, who
She's fine.
is AOE, DPS, and destruction, but her DPS is kind of bad.
I don't know. She's like comparable to Fire Karen probably, or like
I would
Thunder
say-
Yuna in that same.
I would
area.
say she's as comparable as Fire Kanen and some and Sumomo and Minori. I'm just gonna slot her right next to Minori. I don't think that's
Sure.
anyone's gonna go crazy about that.
She's an AOE blaster.
She's AoE blaster, nothing crazy. Utility wise, her
Whatever.
blasting is not that great. Because it's AoE and it's hard to find AoE content where you need a blast. I want to put her under her own version. I think it's fair. I don't value AoE blasters as much, except for Kanen is just pretty good. The problem with Kuda is you have to hit weakness, or else she's just not good at all. Right?
Yeah.
So, and Kanen can hit anything, and she can just not care.
And her generic skills are terrible.
Oh, Kuda's? Yeah, they're just absolutely terrible. So, next on the list. Oh boy.
Megamine. I know where Megamine's going. Anybody have any guesses?
Anyone have any guesses where she's gonna be? I don't know. I wish we still had Maple here, because it'd be great to say this. Okay, I wonder where Megu's gonna be. I wonder. Now, however, I do have to mark that I am to assume that people do not have Megu 2 when I make this list, because I doubt people even have her, right? I'm kind of making certain assumptions when I'm making this list of like, do you have certain characters? So I am actually going to knock her down a peg on this list because I'm going to expect people to not have Megu 2, right?
Okay, I just noticed something.
Yes.
Unrelated. The English version PC client doesn't have Steam. Lower CGs.
It has lower CGs. What?
No, it doesn't have Steam
Oh yeah, it doesn't have Steam CGs. Okay, so
like the Steam version does.
I mean, the Steam version, the Steam is a lot less now. I don't know if you know. You
Yep,
went back to
but
see,
it's still
it's
there.
still there. Yeah. So
Okay,
Megu, I
tier
think,
list.
is easily tier 9.
Really, not 10.
Not 10.
She doesn't go all the way up.
She doesn't go all the way up because I'm to expect people don't have Megu too.
And even then, that's a
Even
lot
then.
of SP. It's a lot of SP.
It's a lot of SP.
Why are all of her skills so expensive? 8 SP for defense down, 9 SP for fragile,
Just
15
because
SP for
people
ultimate.
need to understand something, she is going also on the DPS list.
Yep.
Because she is stupid damage. She goes right next to Tama on how stupid her damage is.
Yeah,
For
that's
sure.
reasonable.
She's just insane damage. So the fact that she's a top debuffer and a strong damage dealer is supposed. This is what this list is supposed to show. It's insane. It doesn't make any sense. It's stupid. She is so self-sufficient. In fact, I would put her over Yuri in damage. If it's in a vacuum, like a total vacuum, she should be higher than Yuri is in damage. But I don't want to do that because it doesn't make sense to do it that way.
Yep.
For this case, like for debuffer damage only, I can't do that and then tell people, yeah, this is how it is. So it doesn't make sense to do it that way. I don't view that. I don't value it that way. By the way, I think I'll move Tsukasa up for you. I'm just gonna move her up. I'm just gonna
I
move
was
her
saying move Mary down more than anything, but
up. Nah, they
I don't think
deserve
she's
to be.
that good.
So at this point, Mari gets it costs a little bit more, but she gets to have the AOE small enhance because of the Christmas event.
Okay, but Tsukasa also has that.
I know, that's one in the same place. What
Right?
do you mean?
She does? Yes? Okay, good.
They're in the same place.
Yep.
At tier 6, which is right under strong, because they're like decent. Right?
Okay. As long as they're on the same tier, I think that's fine.
Yeah, I'm just placed on the same tier. Okay, now we are going to everyone's favorite DPS, Aoi. I am personally gonna put Aoi.
Yeah, I mean, before crit penetration, she's the closest thing we had to a broken damage dealer.
Yeah, I think she slots 10 out of 10 at this point.
Yep.
Like, as a damage dealer. Right? I think she slots in 10 out of 10 as a damage dealer at this point.
She just beat everything. Holy crap.
Yeah,
She's so good.
She's just so good. She's just too broken. Token. This is also assuming that you have Aoi, like,
Generalized,
SS1
yeah.
generalized and everything. Top DPS. Like, her damage numbers are insane.
She's too good.
And it's really easy to hit cap because concentration only.
And it's
Adele's
a low cost ultimate.
yeah, and Adele is only marked above her in JP because she has more to work with later. While
Yep.
Aoi is like just slow. She's just too slow to use at that point.
Yep, that's
It's
the
just a meta
change
hit.
from fast score attack to slow to fast score
Granted,
attack hurt her.
if you do, if you look at the list, they are in the same area, right? I didn't really
Yep.
like this is hard to gauge. I just kind of put them in the same area. So 10 out of 10, easy like stuff. Granted, this list I'm planning on not making like an LB3 or whatever list for global. Like, it doesn't make sense to do that. Most people want to really wail, but she 10 out of 10. No questions asked. Byakko. Okay. As a utility support, Byakko is actually really strong. Does Byakko need to have weakness? I forgot. I
Yep,
think
she needs
does.
to have a weakness.
Yeah. Do I rate her better than Nina though? I think I'm going to knock everyone down a peg except for Yuina and put Byakko in the same tier as Yuina. Because Yuina
Alright.
also has not just the destruction rate, but she also has hit count.
Hit count.
I think that's the one that makes most sense. Okay, I'm gonna do that. Everyone's just gonna be knocked down a peg. So everyone gets knocked down a peg, except for Yuina, because, well, Yuina's always gonna be relevant. What can I say? Jeez. Her damage isn't that great, but she's always relevant. Oh my god. Byakko, we're gonna make it a little bit darker. We're good. And now we have Hisame. By the way, I'm not gonna put Byakko into damage. It's not a thing in
Made Hisame.
Made
she's
Hisame.
not that good.
She's actually good on release. But the problem is, she's not.
AoE. She needs charge.
She needs charge. Would I put her in the same? Like, would I say she's better or worse than Monaka, which is basically her competition at this point?
Yep. It's hard to say. Token
That's
users are
hard to
weird
say.
like that.
I personally probably would like to use Monaka more than Hisame.
Yep, I would too.
So, and definitely want Hisame more than Sumomo. So,
yep,
I'll put
sure.
them in between. And then now we have the
you could knock Carol down and then put Hisame in her place.
I mean, there's no room. I have to actually like
Yep, okay.
make room. I'm probably gonna make room right after this, and then we're gonna move people because we're kind of stuffed at this point. Aina, utility-wise, 9 out of 10.
Yep, she's really
Utility-wise, 9 out of 10. No questions asked. 9 out of 10. Utility. Debuffer. She is a she's an 8 as a debuffer.
Yep, she's the cheapest generic.
Cheapest generic
good
debuffer.
Access to single target versus AoE.
Generic debuffer, amazing stuff. In fact, I would consider her better than Fubuki is. So I'm going to. I mean, granted that Fubuki is not really that much worse or whatever. I'm just doing this so it's visually appealing for my own eyes. In fact, I'm going to be splitting these tier stuff anyways to 0.5s at this point. That Fubuki will be on the lower one. Right?
Right.
No questions asked. So we are now going to split all of them, except I think we don't need a split for tier 10. I don't think tier 10 needs a split. Unless the only reason I would split tier 10 is I would make Maid Aoi the lower part of tier 10. That's the only reason why I would split tier 10. What are your thoughts on that, Red? Should I split tier 10 if that's the case?
I think if you're gonna do it, you should probably just do it.
Okay, then I'll do it.
And it's not like you're gonna leave it empty. You're gonna have someone there.
Yeah, it's gonna be down there. So we're gonna have a below, and then Aoi's gonna be knocked down a peg. There we go. We're gonna and boom. Damn, dude, this. I always hate how I actually hate how important all these things are, man. Just crazy. Low. This list is getting bigger. Jeez. It's how people figure out if they want to pull or not or what. And then viable is gonna probably move up to 4. No, probably move up to 5 at this point, I think. And then we will kind of move people around where we think we should move people around. I'm gonna leave Fringe as the same though. I think that one doesn't have to move. Bam. 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 All these people walking in like, nah, this is boring. I'm like, yeah, I mean, it is boring. Who'd ever want to hear people talk about what's good or not?
I certainly don't.
Actually, there's a lot of people who do. Like, they like run it while they're like cooking or something, Okay, now that we're gonna have these tier stuff, we can start moving people around in this. Yay! At this point in the game, though, do I want to have notable S's with Kozue and Isuzu? That's a good question. Probably not. I think I take them off the notable S's at this point, right? They're not. Oops.
Yep.
I think they're not notable at this anymore. So at this point, they are not notable. It's just not a thing. Okay, we're gonna combine these. Combine these. 7, I think I still consider strong. Let's see. Viable is gonna be bumped up. Okay, we have now finished up making slots for oh, I didn't do this. Oh my god. Wow. Okay, we have all these spots now. The grid looks really bad, but we're just not gonna worry about that. Okay. Aoi is gonna be in that bottom of tier 10. Now we're looking at tier 9. Is there anyone who should be knocked down 1 peg at this point? Or should I remove that row?
I think Mary could maybe move down a peg.
Mari? Okay,
yep.
Sure. I don't disagree with that.
Yeah, that's probably it.
Where is the color? Okay. I do not disagree with that. I wouldn't value her as valuable as Erika, Aoi, Megu, Aina. Yeah, I don't value her as much as them. Yep. Okay, the next tier, the tier that may not need this spacing. Actually, you know what? I think Higu gets knocked down a peg. I think Higu gets knocked down a peg here.
Yeah, sure. That's fair.
This is fair. I think Higu definitely gets knocked down a peg. We may move someone up a peg down here, but definitely down a peg. Fubuki, for sure, gets knocked down a peg. We talked about that earlier. She gets knocked down a peg. Chie. Does Chie want to be top of 8 or bottom of 8?
Probably top of 8.
Top of 8.
She has funnel.
Yuki, I think, moves to the bottom of 8 at this point. I think this is a fair assessment.
Alright.
Okay, now let's look at strong. Seira, is she still considered strong at this point? I would still consider her strong if in the event you do not have Seika or Mari, right?
But at this point we have critical thinking as well.
We do have no, we already have critical thinking actually.
Okay, well then it doesn't matter.
And so that means critical thinking plus Seira is actually a good combo, right? Because you only have to use critical thinking once and then Seira once. Is that still considered strong? I don't think so. I think we knock her down at least not top of 7. She cannot be top of 7. I want to knock her down to a 6 at this point. I think that's fair. I can't consider her strong at this point. Okay, we move on to Ichiko. Ichiko is strong. I agree. I don't think that changes. Tama.
Yep.
Tama goes to the bottom of strong. There's no world I think that she is top of strong of 7. Mua is just leagues above her. Just straight up, no questions asked, leagues above her. Mia also gonna get knocked down a peg with Megu. They are definitely both not it at this point.
Pretty bad.
Byakko and Yuina. I think Yuina is more powerful than Byakko is, so I'm going to move down Byakko a peg, and then put Yuina a little bit above Byakko. Now I think of it, wow, dude, Aina and Yuina in a dungeon is going to be amazing. I didn't really think about it when it's actually good. Okay, moving on. Ruka, Yuri, Kanade, and Ruka. I think they all can stay at the top of strong. There's no reason to move
they're
them.
pretty strong still.
Shiki and Aina, I think, can also stay where they are. I think Shiki is still strong at S. Aina is still strong as an S. They should not move. Mia should probably be removed from this list now. So Meow is going to be removed from the list. She's not notable anymore. Kozue is also not notable anymore. She's off the list. And Isuzu is off the list as well, because at this point in the game, they are not notable. I will keep the notable as healers in the event people don't have healers. I think that's a valid thing to do, so I'm going to leave them there.
Okay.
Moving on. 6. Do we want to raise them or lower them? Tsukasa 2.
Oh, she's down for sure, right?
I
she's
think
not
she's
that
down.
good.
I think she's down at this point. I think she is still better than Tama.
Yeah,
sure.
she's still better than Tama.
Still better than Tama for sure. And that means Seda, I still actually value her more than Tsukasa because crit is important still. Mari and Tsukasa, because of their field, I think I keep them at 6. Even though Tsukasa gets like outfielded by Megu.
They're still the only fields for their elements.
Oh no, Megu exists.
Oh right.
So, but they're
Megu's
still as
pretty good.
powerful as each other in a vacuum. I think they're still strong.
Yep.
Megu's just has the debuffer added to her, right? So, Seda, top of 6. Do I consider Seda, who has basically a very similar kit as Ichiko, to be a whole head tier under or only half a tier under? When the main difference that I talked about was that she doesn't have a 3 SP taunt. I think she should go into strong. I think she should be at the bottom of 7. I think that's a valid place to place her. What do you think, Red? I think so.
Probably.
I want to move her
Yeah.
up. Yanagi, I think should go up to strong and be next to Tama at this point.
Yeah, that's fine.
Because at this point, do you really need Tama's? Like, you should learn how to play the game. You don't need Tama's.
But in that case, shouldn't Tama be lower than?
Well, I mean, yeah, I should put. Yeah, I'm just gonna play. I mean, Tama's not gonna be a whole tier under. I think they should be in the same tier. Just Tama should be in the lower position of that. Right? Yeah. Okay. This Tama still I think should be placed here. I don't think she should change. I think she should just stay here. There's no reason to move her. Kozue, at this point in the game, are you considered not great? I think
That's a lot to pay for Fragile.
I think
She doesn't have defense down. She's Thunder defense down.
I think because Thunder is stronger.
It's a bad
though,
generalize or not a hard generalize to use.
hard generalized to use, but we don't really count that. I think it's not.
Yep. I don't know. She's whatever.
She is kind of whatever. I don't think I would consider her strong. I think she's in a good place here. Mia, who's above her, is only above her because her fragile is cheaper, and she has field.
Yep. That's fair.
Megu is only above her because Megu has can do both defense down and fragile.
And she even has the single target defense down.
Yeah, and she has a single target defense down. Still considered in the strong category, which is really weird to see because she's absolutely just dog. And JP, I think we can just keep her there. Isuzu, I think stays here too. I don't think she moves. She's not too weak, but she's also not too strong.
Okay.
Nina. Do I value Nina as much as I value that Byako?
I do.
I do. I also do.
She's still at skill evolution.
She has skill evolution already. I think she deserves a spot right next to our good cat here. Now we're on DPS. We have Tama, Megu, Inori as main single target damage dealers. I think we do bump up Megu and Tama up one notch.
Yep.
In this case, and Inori gets to stay where she's at.
Yeah, that sense. I was thinking just Megu, but no, Tama should be there as well.
No, Tama should be there as well. She's still really strong as a DPS. Monaka and Carol. I think they're fine. I think they don't move. I think they just sit there. I don't see them move.
Carol could maybe go down.
Carol? Okay. I mean,
She's just.
I'm
not that
very
good.
indifferent about where my placement Carol is.
Yep.
Very indifferent. Okay, we're gonna go.
Arguably, we should go even further down.
What?
maybe.
Carol goes even further down to like.
Yeah, she could be on the same tier as Hisame.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, look at all these colorful places I need to reset. Jeez. Oh man. Okay, Tama. I think she can stay there. There's no reason to move her. As a healer, Tama, I think she can also stay there. Miko.
She doesn't have fragile still.
She still isn't fragile. But then again, at this point for debuffers, no, it's great. We got Maki here, dude. It's the
Yep.
same problem.
She doesn't have defense down.
Oh, by the way, viable, I'm changing this to 4. Viable at this point in the game is... Actually, viable's at 5. I don't think anyone...
You know, yeah, Iroha's not viable.
Man, that's a problem. I think out of the
I think she's
supports,
lead viable.
I think out of the supports, they're just not very viable. And then the DPS are viable. That's a... Does that mean I have to just knock down all of these guys by a peg? I think so. Yeah, I'm gonna put 4 as viable. 4 is viable. And then
Okay.
I do have to just knock down everyone down a peg to make it make sense in the support area.
Dungeon's so long. Holy
What?
crap. This dungeon is so long.
Oh, well. Actually, true. These two should be knocked down a huge peg. What the? Just whole tier down. And Lisa should also be just bam, just trash. And then Hisame also as a debuffer is because Fubuki exists in a vacuum, she's just not viable anymore. Clearly not in the viable. Kozue and Maki, I don't think are also viable at this point. So I'm gonna make a note. I'm gonna leave a note, by the way, on Maki, and it's gonna be the note is at LB3 she goes up to, I'd say she goes up to like 5 or 6, right? Something around there.
Probably a little bit higher.
5, 6. Oh, never mind. She goes to 7. Never mind. I just checked
Yep.
it. She goes to 7. Just have a little marker there. People won't check it, but it's there. Okay, viable. Cause you like how all of a sudden there's this giant gaping hole in the supports.
Yeah, look at that.
But it's true though.
That's the power creep hole.
That is the power creep hole. It is pretty bad.
A literal raising of the power ceiling of the game.
Do I want to move anyone from here to there? Not can. Okay, actually, maybe I should move the Kanens down. Yeah. I think they get knocked down 1 peg. I think they get knocked down in here. The Kanens. They're just much harder to pull off. Much harder to get anything out of. Yeah, I think that's a fair assessment. Okay. At this point in the game, I think these two should be knocked up a peg, I think. Yeah, I think they should be knocked up a peg. I don't think they're weak or just like barely viable at this point.
No, they're quite good still.
I'm gonna move them up. I don't see a reason not to. What else we got? Kanata and Luka, I think, are going to be also at least knocked up to top of 5. Because they are definitely super viable and definitely still strong.
Yep.
In fact, I think at this point, although I did argue before that she should be knocked down a peg, I actually think that she should be up here with Maria and.
Or Kanata should be moved down, one or the other.
I think, you know what? I think we'd move down Kanata, and
Or both.
I think they're actually that big of a difference
Yeah,
because
that's fair.
skill evolution, etc. Fire Megu is now out, so we can actually make
Being
use
a
of.
breaker is starting to feel especially bad
Yeah.
at this point in
At
the
this
game.
point, yeah, it feels especially bad. And then you have Megu, who will be able to make Ruka stronger, right? Because she can fulfill her 31C. I mean,
Yep.
31BA, right? So actually, you know what? Because she can do that, she actually gets knocked up because of that. Like even in a
It's the
vacuum.
same as like It's the same
So-
as Waki's though.
Yeah, but the problem with Waki is, where's your Megu?
Yeah, but that's a element difference thing.
That's an element difference thing. It's true. You know, I'll
In a
move up.
vacuum.
In a vacuum, yeah. I'll move her up. I'll move Maria like this. I'll clean this up, and then we can like take a peek. I mean, this is gonna be put as provisional. I'm gonna put provisional, not final, so then people don't like think, oh, this is definitely what it's gonna be, because it's not. I think I might take a look at it later and be like, nah, this is not true. This is just all provisional, and it's hard because I have to remember back on like how characters were and what fights existed back then. You know what I mean?
I'm sure they were single target bosses.
Oh, they were all single target bosses, but just like you have to think about those things, you know, when you make these. So I do have to try to remember that. The DPS at this point are, look at all the new DPS that came out. Jeez, dude. They're just all top of the line, dude.
Yep, they're all pretty good.
Okay, now we're gonna look at tier 4, which is the viable line, which apparently none of the supports are in. Not a single support is in viable line.
Yeah.
That's rough. That difference is huge. That gap is so bad. It's like, why do we even have a tier 4? Oh jeez. Because remember, anything that's in viable and above, you'll be like, I mean, if I put them in a team, I wouldn't mind it during this stage in the game. Anything below that is like fringe, beyond belief. You wouldn't want to use them for that. Yeah. Okay. Anyways, we're gonna look at Bungo. Is Bungo still viable at this stage?
I don't know. Unconditionally, other DPS are so much better than her, and she needs a condition and is like as good as them. Only when that condition is met, which
I
hurts
think
her a
in
lot.
this time in the game, because Union exists and all that, blah blah blah, I think these guys go up. I mean, at least Yuina goes up
Yep.
a bit. But I think both of them are basically paired at this point because, well, their kits are not that different.
Yep.
I think
They get elevated a lot by Union existing.
Oh wait, no. This one goes up because this one exists. Right. I forgot. She's 100% viable now. Because you can just shove it onto her SS2, and then you can use both, which is really strong.
Yep.
Definitely viable. Would I put her above Kanata though? Actually, I would put her. Ooh. No, I would put. It's a hard decision. I think that's fine. That placement's okay. Ichigo, I think, is still viable at this point, but like worse than Yuina for sure. And Bungo is definitely not considered better than Yuina at this point. So we're gonna. I think this is fair. Out of the viables, I think this is fair. Sumomo, bottom of viable. I don't think you can say that she is totally viable. She's just like barely viable. Kanen,
arguably,
I think, is
that's
more
being generous.
viable as a DPS than Sumomo is at this stage in the game.
Yeah.
Damn, feels bad, Sumomo. Nah, feels bad, Sumomo, until her SS3 comes out. And then it's a new ballpark. Okay, tier 3. We have, honestly, anyone who's in this tier at this point. Do we really care? Do we really care?
No, not really. They're all roughly unviable in the same way.
They're all roughly just unviable in the same way. Yeah, just it's just really fringe. Okay, I know it's just buffs and it's kind of a vacuum we're looking at, but like, I'm slowly kind of wanting. I'm slowly kind of wanting Ichiko and Seira to be above Iroha and Shiki. Is that bad? Because like, okay, I think they. I guess not. I don't know. That's weird. They have the same buff. So Shiki and them have the same buff value, but Shiki also comes with charge. Shiki also is a buffer, so she has 10%. However, because her skill deals damage, Ichiko and Seira actually have higher buff rates than her on the elemental attack.
Yep.
Iroha, on the other hand, just has a field and a normal enhance.
Every buffer is a normal enhance, though. So she just has a field.
So she just has a field.
But she's the only one with a dark field.
I think because of her dark field, I think I had to put her in viable.
Yep.
So she interestingly gets moved to viable. I don't.
She is viable. She's the only dark field user.
She's the only support in viable. You know what? I hate doing this. I think I have to put her on top of viable because of the field. The field's actually that important. And dark damage actually has a place now because, well, we have Inori and Chie. When before I placed her much lower because we don't have that damage dealer to really make use of that. But now we do. So, I think she should be placed a little bit higher because of that. I know it's like a weird placement because of the thing, but I think so. Shiki, I think we're gonna move Shiki up to here, and because I don't think these two should be considered tier 2, I think they should be considered tier 3 as buffers. Don't think they're fringe. But and technically they are viable buffers, but they're not really considered viable because as just buffers, right? It's because they're defenders as well.
Yep.
That makes them viable, and their defendingness is like top notch, which is why they are like this is just like an extra popcorn, you know. Hisame in tier 3 with Lisa on the like barely not viable. I think that's a fair place to put Lisa.
Yeah, that's barely a good fit for her.
Hisame, I think this is a great place for her. I don't think you can really move her.
Alright.
Kozue and Maki. At this point in the thing, I think Maki should be considered viable, personally. I don't think Kozue is viable though. I think this is the movement we should do. I think should be done. Kozue until Kozue doesn't have her upgrade yet, right?
No, she doesn't.
Okay, yeah, then she has to leave her.
She got that very recently.
No, then we leave her here.
She got the same time as Tsukasa, I think.
No, then we leave her here. There's no until she gets her upgrade. She's done. She's not. She's not it.
Yep.
Kura and Byakko. I think this is fine. I don't think they need to move. No field, no nothing. Just some devastation. or destruction or whatever. Nothing crazy. Damage. None of the single targets. Yeah, I mean, I agree with this. AoE. Minori being very, like, barely unviable. True. Kuda being pretty much the same. Yep.
Yep.
Tier 2. Does Chiodo have her upgrade?
Yeah, she does.
Okay. I'm gonna move her up because she has her upgrade. However, there's still no content at this time where I would consider her good. Personally, I don't think there's a place.
Especially not as a defender.
What? Not, especially not as a defender. In fact, I will also now place her in the utility because she is fair game in the utility section.
Yep, she's an overdrive battery.
So I am going to... Actually, I'm going to leave her there in defender, but I will now add her to utility. And at this point, she is, I think, better than Kanen, because Kanen needs LB3.
Yep, she builds overdrive faster.
She builds overdrive faster,
But she doesn't do
AoE content.
devastation.
She's not considered strong because there's no real good content for her yet.
Nope.
So there's no place to place her there. However, for dungeon, for I mean, tower is the only thing that she's gonna be viable in at that point. If that, she's okay. She's okay. Definitely viable. Definitely not strong yet. We may find out if she's strong by the time we get there. We'll just have to watch what Yostar wants to do.
Yep.
So I think this is fair. Yes, because of that upgrade, that change, I think she just should slot into utility at that point. She's more of a utility defender, and she's not even a defender. Let's be freaking honest. Seda as a healer, I agree. Trash. no questions asked.
She's pretty bad.
She's pretty bad.
Pretty
Bungo,
terrible.
still bad. Karen, at this point, because of null resist, she's lower than Bungo. My opinion. I don't think this really matters though, because it's the low tier. Yuina is damage is bad. True. Is she still good for dungeon? Yes, she actually is one of the best dungeon crawlers at the time. I think, right?
Pretty much.
I think like if you have her, dungeon is easy for you. You know, Adele is the same place as her. I don't think there's no like they're both pretty bad. I don't think there's a reason to rate one higher than the other.
Okay. Fair enough.
I mean, they're as low as it can be. It doesn't matter. And now we have someone filling up this row, so Karen, which is so this row can exist, I guess. Not that that was the point, but it is a thing. Minori as a generic buffer. Yeah, I think she sits there. Tama, I think it's bumped up one. We now have a place for her in the tier list as a buffer.
Yep, that's fair enough.
In fact, I wouldn't hate putting her at the top of 2, actually, just because.
Yeah, she's like just around the other two who are near there.
Yeah, she's just about as strong as them in terms of buffing. Free Ruka heal, yeah, still fringe, still the normal, nothing crazy. And Megu at this point, I'm sorry, girl, you are at fringe because nothing gets stunned. It doesn't matter. Pain. Megu's one of my favorites. I hate
But
it.
she got a top tier ult, it's fine.
Man.
She also got to be at the top of the tier list.
Yeah, I know, right? We have Ruka single target. Yeah, I think that's fine. That's fine. Sumomo right next to her. That's fine. Hisame. Is there anyone in the bottom of 1? I don't think so. Maybe we just get rid of that row as well. Yeah, I think so. There's no reason to. There we go. I think this is fair. Okay.
Yep. Okay.
I am going to now make this look more pretty, and then we will review it real quick right after that.
Okay.
So we need to do this, make a box, make a box, make a box, make a box. And then right here, I'm gonna write provisional, and then mark that as red. I feel like if I put red, then people actually see it. Like that.
It's very optimistic.
Red?
No, that expecting people to see it.
Oh, really? You wouldn't think people would see it?
It's worth a shot.
Jeez, look how messy this is. Oops, let's merge. What's funny is, even if Union doesn't have... maybe I should put in the note as well. If you do not have Union, this one, like, she would be placed probably at 8, right? Still.
Around Shiki. She's not that much better.
I mean, I value her more than
She's
Shiki
better
does.
because defense down, but
I'd
she's
just
not
say
a
bottom.
lot
I would just say, if no, Yingxia SS1 generalized EX tier 8, or I should say bottom tier bottom 8, bottom of tier 8, bottom of tier 8. That's valid. Okay. I mean, that is very optimistic to think that people would actually read that, but you know, hopefully people do. I put a lot of time in this, so I really hope people actually care enough to read these. I like how Aoi just never moves. She just sits there for pretty much all eternity.
Nobody changes what she does.
Hey, listen.
She always just does the same thing.
She does the same thing. You can't hate that, you know? It's like time stopped for her, if you know what I mean.
Yep.
Oh, I hate myself. Why did I make that joke? Oh boy. And look at that. We have a whole area of notable S's that basically don't do anything. Like they're just gone.
Yeah, and that's just basically.
What's funny is that Aina, Shiki, and Union are gonna stay there forever, and everyone else is gonna disappear. Just because, yeah. Even if I started JP today, I'd be using those 3. So, you know.
If you got them.
What?
If you got them.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying they're just good. Oops. Like I just put them in strong. There's nothing bad about them. I can't hate them. I'm just glad people are okay with seeing how strong an S is and being like, oh yeah, like that's pretty good, you know?
Yeah, well, this isn't the kind of game where you use a lot of low rarity units. It's just that type of gacha. Nothing wrong with it if the game is balanced around it, and it is. S styles are still useful in their own way.
Yep, I mean, Some of them are good for current what's it called again?
Skirmish.
Yeah, because I mean no in hard mode because well you know
Oh yeah, the overdrive passives.
the overdrive passes are really good.
Tsukasa is actually good. Weirdly, who saw that coming? I mean, good is maybe an overstatement. She has a niche application.
They all have a niche application. Just
I think the average player would not want to put them on a team,
oh no.
still. But they're usable. Just a lot to say about an S rank unit.
They're one of those weird ones that like you don't think that they would be good for certain things, and then all of a sudden people are using them on everything for certain types of weird gimmicky comp stuff. Like they're like really gimmicky.
Yeah, sometimes you just need that extra overdrive.
Sometimes you just need that overdrive. Sometimes you need like the extra SP or whatever thing. Oh my god. Do you know about the one where you need like that little sliver of SP or whatever for like I forgot what it was. I think it was Aina. For the weird comp to like the old comp to just with that before Aina 2 came out, right?
Yeah,
In order to
with
get
donate
Aina's
6 SP and her
yeah,
S
you had
passive
RNG that.
rotation is exactly 15 SP.
Yeah, you had to RNG that thing. Oh my god.
30% chance to work.
Hey, I mean, she's good. What can I say? Even without that, she's still good. So. What can I say? Just gotta see if there's anyone who. Oh yeah, S, Tama, and Mua. Do I consider them top of 5? As good
I don't
as
think it matters. I
what?
think it's completely irrelevant.
I'm just gonna leave them there.
They're just backup healers. Their exact placement doesn't matter. You use them if you need them, and if you don't use them.
I mean, they're viable. What can I say?
You don't use them because of how good they are. You use them because having a party heal is necessary.
Exactly. I mean, they're viable. You need them to survive. You don't need them if you have something better.
Yep.
God. That's really hard to see, actually, now I think about it. I want to make it look easier to see. White background, red? Bright red letters better? I wonder. I don't mind cleaning this up and taking my time to do that. Let's clean this up. Okay. Look at that. This tier list is so beautiful. It's provisional. It's ugly looking. People are gonna question what the heck is going on. They'll see how OP things are and be like, what the heck? And yeah, I mean, what can I say? Fish is strong, Megu is strong. But Lua is busted. Yotza is absolutely busted.
Yeah, this is probably the single biggest jump in power creep in the game's history in this period.
Yeah, it's just... I didn't even roll on that banner.
And the second biggest is one we're going through literally right now with Sumomo followed by Admiral Aoi.
Oh yeah, that really is. Oh my god.
As expected, they're timing the power creep to match when they give everybody their last SS2, because that means they can focus on giving popular characters ults again. They don't need to have that on the back burner.
What? Funny note, okay?
Yep.
When did Shadow 2 come out?
It was Halloweenish, right? October?
We could check. I mean, I don't know off the top of my head. But it's about the same time as right now, in my opinion, you know?
December-ish, October-ish, yeah, it was.
It was like October, November, something like that. I don't know off the top of my head, but it was really similar to that, right?
Yep, it was.
So like that's pretty on the nose, you know? Oops, I messed that up. Oopsies. man. We made this tier list thingy update thing and took 2 hours. Jesus Christ.
Not
Why?
bad.
Why does these things
Just
take
in time to
forever,
reach
man?
daily reset for English version.
God damn it. I don't even. I'm only doing EN run with. I don't know if you saw, but I'm doing EN run of like no SSs, including the free one. And I'm using 31A only. It's so bad.
Yeah, the thing about that is it just sounds miserable. I don't want to do that. I never want to do that.
Hey, I'm just
That
doing it
sounds
because
so unfun.
it's just to show like people like no you can do that and it's fine, you know, like it's doable. Oh, by the way, is my stream kind of like smudgy looking? No.
I can't tell. I don't know. It looks fine.
Okay, okay, we're good.
Maybe a little bit, but looks completely usable.
Okay, so now this list looks like how JP's looks, except for JP. Why does it look? Why does JP looks? Is it smaller or no? It's not. It's. Why does JP
Nope.
have more? It looks like there's more in there.
There's more styles.
Okay, you know what?
You'll figure it out.
I want to have to zoom out before we like close and be like, yeah, this looks kind of fine, because this one I can kind of see where everyone is, but holy shit, I didn't realize how much we went through this. Oh my god. Because I know we went through this, but oh my god, I didn't.